Good morning. Good morning from Gatwick. We're getting on the plane now that the sun's risen-ish. I'm going to Berlin.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
Here we are, we've arrived. Nice, very, very easy, painless flight. I know I'm going to be tired later because I was when we got here last year as well. Been up early too many days, but once I get somewhere slightly more interesting than the back of an airport, I'll show you. Here we are, this is our stop. I can smell in the air Wurst. Basically, the whole place just smells of Wurst. It's not a great place to be if you want a kosher diet, but it does smell amazing. And we're just going to go find a hotel, which is literally not far from the bottom of these steps, really. Welcome to our apartment. There is our cooking facilities, complete with microwave and refrigerator with beer in, obviously, this being Germany. Have an amazing, beautiful bathroom, walk-in shower space, and then if you come through here, got a little, breakfast table, lounge area, and then so our bed and giant cupboards, and then we look out onto the little courtyard. That way, you might not be able to see it, but down here is the Christmas tree in the garden. There's the view out the front. You can see the TV tower from pretty much every part of Berlin, pretty much the whole district of Berlin, in fact. We are going this way to have potatoes and things. Yeah, potato house. There's a queue for the potato house. That's how good it is. Well, so we've just had something to eat at the potato house, which is on the other side of the road here. We've just come into the Christmas market to check out, the glühwein and the noodles and all sorts, and see what design the glühwein glasses are this year. We brought back a lot last year. We got like 4 sets. I'm probably not going to do that this year because it's mad. But we might find some nice ones with a year on. There's the top of the tower, which we're going to on Monday night. And down here we're in the middle of the market. You can see the church behind. What do you think of the view? It's not bad, is it? We're at the top of the Park Inn, which is on Alexanderplatz, and there's the TV tower, and there's the market we just were in down here. And our hotel is the one just next to the white building. We're back down, the sun has set. That's where we were. It's cold. It's much colder at the top there than it is down here, to be fair. It's really cold up there. We're just going to go for a wander, more markets. We're just coming into the Hof Square. These really interesting old buildings and glühwein opportunities and Christmas trees. We're going to the supermarket, which is literally here. These lights are flickering really badly under the lens, like it must be a frequency thing. But they don't flicker in real life, they look lovely. So this is on the other side of the hotel, essentially. We've come out again and it's time for dinner. Dinner consists of glühwein and Käse Schnitz from the place around the corner. because we're probably going to have quite an early night tonight. Look at this lonely gnome. Santa is reversing. He's reversing. That's quite a skill to be able to do that. Backward Santa. Good morning. We've just come out of the hotel. Got the long walk to the station right here. We're going to go one stop. And then we're going to walk the last bit to the Reichstag where we are this morning. It was supposed to be cloudy, but as you can see, that hasn't happened. It's a very nice day. Here is the Bundestag, where we are going this morning. And here is the porter cabin entry system that they've erected in the foyer out the back. Off we go, we've gone through security. And then we're going up the steps. This is the roof of the Parliament building. This is where we just came in. And this is the dome which we're going in just a moment, which is quite frosty at the moment. And from here you can see down, which I'll show you in a minute, actually into Parliament. You can see where the windows are frozen and where they're starting to melt in the sun. We're at the top of the dome. As you can see, there's actually an opening, and so water and snow and what have you fall into this thing and then are diverted away so they don't land on the politicians. But I would say that would probably keep them honest if it did, but there we go. We're now going to head back down again. That's the frosty side, as you can see, and over there's the melty side. There it is in all its glory. That's where we've just been, at the top in the frosty dome. Now we're taking this huge long walk to this U here, which in turn goes to that building behind the trees. We're just on our way to the Olympic Stadium. The weather's gone from blue and sunny where we were to like freezing fog. Look at the visibility, it's vanished. Yeah, it's quite misty. So there's the Olympic Stadium. I'm half joking, but it is actually here. It will come out of the vista at you in a moment. Bear with me, bear with me. You see it yet? You see it? I can, maybe you can't. It's slowly appearing. You see it now? There it is. I'll get a bit closer. So here we are, down by the side. We're just going to go to the main entrance, the famous Olympic rings and whatnot. As you can see, winter is definitely happening. So, I mean, the weather's kind of appropriate. I mean, not for Summer Olympics, but for the kind of imposing monstrosity this is. It's quite incredible. A lot of people in there. I don't know how they got in there. Maybe you go in over there. It's ever so cold and it's ever so still, and I'm not quite sure whether there's a tree in there. So here we are. It reminds me a bit of the Colosseum. in terms of like it's a perfect curve, it doesn't stop. Obviously the Colosseum's a bit older and in a bit of a worse state. There's the random tree. I'm not sure why there's a tree there. There's probably a good reason. So other than having the Olympics in, was it 36, the other thing that is this is Hertha Berlin's ground. It's a giant Nazi bell from the, what used to be the bell tower up here, from the 1936 Olympics. Carrying on our loop. Here's the wall of winners from the 1936 Olympics. You can see Jesse Owens there under 100 metres, 200 metres, and then towards the bottom of the men's section on the left, you will see the long jump, which, what's the gym with a long jump? Weitsprung, there he is. And then this is where the Olympic flame was. And you can see the mist is mistier even than before, and it feels colder, if that's even possible. Maybe it is. This is the swimming pool. Let's see, there's the Olympic Stadium. It's right, literally next to it. Is it actually full? It is, and I think it might be. Fancy a dip? Just walking through the market at the ruined Kaiser Wilhelm Church, which is over there, with a hot chocolate down towards Wittenbergplatz. There's the split Germany, what do you call it, sculpture. There's Wittenbergplatz down there, KDV, and there is the church. So this is Bayerischer Platz, so Bavarian place, and this main road here is Grunewaldstraße, which I believe is where my great-grandfather lived on here at one point. I don't know where in the road, I'm not sure we even have a house number, but we might do. Somewhere along here, and then further up, we're going to cross this way as well. There is nothing coming. Yes, further up here is Janierstraße, which is where my grandparents and their families lived. It's their last place of residence in Berlin, and was technically where they were married, because, you know, none of the synagogues were really operational by this point in 1938, and was where they left from. So this is it, this is Janierstraße. We're looking for number 8. This is mainly blocks of flats. So we probably have to crossing road. What number are we up to? This is 14. I think they get lower as we go along. Yes. So I can't see the number, but following the logic, this is number 8. Janierstraße. Obviously the buildings were bombed out during the war. They would have probably looked more like that one there before they were damaged. There you go, there's the 8. And I don't know what floor they were on or anything about that. It just said number 8 on all the documentation. So that's where they lived and where they got married. It's quite a pleasant little road. I mean, on the side street, it's all flats all the way down. It's very quiet, and that's Grunewaldstraße at the end. So this is the Adlon, which is where my great uncle worked between sort of 1935 and 38, something around then, and was obviously bombed out during the war and was rebuilt in the 90s. And Michael Jackson hung a baby out the window up here. And we're going for afternoon tea. That's everything you need to know. So here we are on the bel etage. Inside the Adlon. It's very nice. Very nice. So we've eaten 2 layers. That was the scones. That was the sandwiches. We're now on to the festive treats at the top, which look rather good, especially these snow marshmallow men. There's the foyer down there. We're just sitting upstairs on the left. I'm just heading down here. You probably can't see this. This is the sort of indoor fountain. One moment. It doesn't help a lot, does it? But you get the idea. It's like a Roman-esque courtyard garden. So this is the very subtle, genuine Italian marble staircase. Proper arted on the other side. That's a nice bouquet. You can go for something like that. It's quite big. Yeah. And down here you can see the backlit Adlon gingerbread hotel, which is roped off to stop the kids eating it, presumably. And this is the more fancy restaurant you see there. I say more fancy, the afternoon tea costs €6 more. And then this is where we just came in. How's this polar bear? You can buy all of these. I don't know what the price is, but I'd imagine it's hilarious. So we're coming down onto Den Linden, which literally translates as under the limes. In theory, these are lime trees. Well, Linden's a family. I think actually, in my love of trees, this probably includes sycamores and plane trees. Same family. I know it's very dark, but this very strange building lit up in front of us you're looking at is the, well, Trianon Palace, or Palace of Tears, which is where people who had East Berlin visas from the West who came to visit their relatives here, this is where they had to leave them, as it were, when they went back in the evening. You'd get like a day pass, and like 5:30, 6 o'clock you had to come back. And it's called the Palace of Tears because this is where you essentially got checked back in to the West from Friedrichstrasse station, is this building here. It's a very, very unpretty building, but it has a lot of history attached to it, which is why they've left it, despite everything else around here being very new. So we're walking towards the Christmas market. We've just been back to the hotel for a bit. We're going to have a Christmas market dinner again, because we had plenty of afternoon tea, and also the Christmas market dinner is amazing. Can you see the church just appearing out of the mist ever so slowly? Yeah, there's very little visibility. We've got freezing fog. And yes, the TV tower has basically disappeared into the mist. It's gone entirely. So we'll have to see if we can see it from the square. So that is real mist. That is not just me not having cleaned the lens. That's the Rathaus. It's basically invisible. You can just about make out the lights, and that's like 100 metres away. Come down here and you look where the TV tower usually is. Check out the lack of TV tower. We don't even know if the lights are on and we can't see it. It's possible. This is going to be tonight's dinner. This is smoked salmons. We're just inside the warmness of this hut, watching people nearly stack it. This bloke with a hat there is a complete liability, but he hasn't fallen over yet. Very disappointingly. This is the White Angel house. It's one of the places that does white glühwein as well as red. Good morning. Some of the tower is back. The rest of it not so much. You can take another same shot again.
Yeah.
You have to be back a bit further down. So we have a photo of it visible, a photo of it invisible, and now we'll have a photo of it semi-visible. We're going that way to get on a different train line and go north towards where there's bits of wall and some undergroundiness and generally things that are not -4 degrees outdoors.
Oh, you can see it now.
Oh look, that is weird. Check out these two in the lift. Don't know what they're doing. I don't think they do either. Anyway, we're going here. Weinmeisterstraße. Weinmaster Street. So the Underground Museum currently has a queue that is the same length as the length of the underground. So we are going into the park here. Look how amazingly wintry it is. We're going to see if we can go up the Flak Tower, which is this massive concrete blob. This is the anti-aircraft placement, one of them, one of the remaining ones. So here we are, we're on the top of the Flak Tower, which is absolutely massive and everything is icy. You can see Berlin beyond. Come around this way, just see lots of very frosty trees. We would do if the camera bothered to focus. Let's try. Let's go here. This is where we are. We're in a wedding. Which I don't know how it got its name, and I don't know whether it's related in any way to the English word. It'd be nice to believe that it is, but I think that's probably unlikely. We are going around the corner to the Culture Quarter. This is Wedding Crematorium, which sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, but it's now got a restaurant here and a few businesses based here. But this has been a crematorium for a very, very long time. Isn't it a strange place to be based? It's an original rubber duck there. Can hear the airport. Background. So these are the Charlottenburg Palace Gardens. The palace is open every day except Monday. Amazing. So yes, and they're doing a fair bit of work on the tower actually at the moment. So we're just going for a little walk around the gardens, see if any of the Christmas market is open on the way back, have some lunch. If not, there are many markets available. Still a very pretty palace, even if it is cold and closed. Everyone in the gardens is doing the same as us. They're wandering around with a kind of like, oh, we thought it was open on a Monday. No, suckers, it's not. does look very impressive when the sun's on it, doesn't it, the palace? So many years ago we came here, it must have been this bit maybe, we had a concert in like that end and then we had dinner in like that end. It's very nice. This is the cafe cum lavatorium facilities, and then this is a Christmas market, excuse me. This is a Christmas market, but it's kind of only about a third open at the moment. It opens probably at 2 and the time is currently like, I don't know, 1ish or something. We've made it to Potsdamer Platz. There's a bit of wall there. Not actually the line of the wall though, interestingly. The wall is actually out here. We'll cross it in a moment. We decided to go to this Christmas market because otherwise we might not ever come to this Christmas market this year. And we've ticked off like another 1, 2, 3 or 4 markets. So we're doing quite well. So we've just had lunch in Potsdamer Platz market. It was very good. I'm quite full now. I've eaten everything. Pork on a skewer, hot chocolate, and then some Schmaltzkuchen. Look it up, it's basically fried dough. So this is the remainder of a hotel that used to be here a long time ago, and it was damaged badly in the war, and they've only managed to preserve a couple of bits. So they've left those couple of bits here. It includes, this is the banquet room behind these curtains. Still has the chandeliers and a bit of ceiling, and it's slightly odd. Behind me is called the Sony Centre with this amazing roof, which is quite something. This is from the outside bizarrely, but you're looking, this would have been the inside of the room, which is very, very confusing. There's the fireplace. We made it to the Jewish Memorial. There's all these strange buildings that are all businesses alongside, are all slowly closing because they are quite ugly. Hitler's car park's down there, and the visitor centre, which I wanted to visit, is closed on Mondays because everything's closed on Mondays because nobody does any work on a Monday. No, so that's a bit rubbish. So we're going to jump on a train and we're going to go around to Bernauerstrasse and have a look at some wall. And even if that is closed on a Monday, it doesn't matter because you can still see it. So that's going to be our plan. The other thing to mention is we went to take some photos at one of the bears that was outside the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and the doorman who took the photos was like, come in, come and see the hotel. So we just went in and wandered around the Ritz-Carlton, used the toilets, very nice, green marble interior. And then we left. We went to the lint shop and bought some chocolate. So now we're going to go past the British Embassy. We're currently going past the Adlon where we were yesterday. And get on a train. So this marks where the wall was, but it's sort of deliberately just using metal posts so you can walk through it. It's a nice idea. And then this stretch here beyond that massive wall is an original stretch of the wall with no man's land preserved and a watchtower. So it's been unchanged, whereas most of the bits have been, you know, they've left maybe the original concrete wall and they've got rid of all the other walls, or they've, you know, changed it in some way. Or they've knocked it down entirely and just left a mark on the floor like that. But this would have all been no man's land, this park. So this is the tower right over on the opposite side of the road. The museum itself is closed, but you can see the strip. And beyond, some bits of wall, the sunset. It's back. It's fully back, the TV tower. Had a day off, and now it's returned. This is where we're going this evening. Marjelchin. Looks festive. I'm not allowed to film here, but I'm filming anyway because the wood, parquet wood, is excellent. So, this is the top of the furniture room. We made it on our second attempt, it only took a year. You can see the Christmas markets that we've been at many times down below us. It's the ice skating rink, the coloured lights and the wheel. And then if you look up here, you can see onto the Linden switching diagonally. And you can see the moon. There's two rabbits. You just escaped rabbits. That's weird. Where'd you come from? Good morning from the lobby. That's the little courtyard outside with the Christmas tree. Just heading to the station. So last night, on the top of the ball. It's a little warmer today, but it's slightly damper and greyer. This is Neukölln Town Hall. It's massive. And there's a lot of pigeons on the roof. So that building in front of the church, the white walls, is the Marxist Museum. So anything you want to know about Karl Marx and communism generally is residing in there. And this little park is where they used to keep bears, because all cities that had bears on the flags felt it necessary to have bears to make a point. So they had bear pits, like this one here. And you could come and look at bears, which I think's a bit weird, but there we go. Arrived in Wittenberg Platz, and we are now going in here. Yeah, wandering around the Cardo Bay looking for Christmas present ideas, and it's massive and there's too much choice and it's really difficult to find things because of that. Check out the brownies this man's made. Floating Christmas tree. Last year there was a Christmas tree right here, a massive one. It's stretched all the way up. They've moved the Christmas market up onto the 4th floor this year, for whatever reason. And oh, it's a Tesla. You can see the car. Here we are at the Gendarmenmarkt. Checking out lunch options, checking out the mugs, because it's always important to work out what kind of Glühwein mug you get, and or pizza. Original roast bratwurst, that's an option. We've all of mugs and we've come into Fassbender and Rausch, which is the chocolate shop on the market corner. It has things like chocolate volcanoes and chocolate churches and chocolate everything basically. Lots of different types of chocolate, and it smells of chocolate and it's amazing. We've just come into the Hilton Cafe and Kuchen, which is very nice in the lobby, and I'm just wandering around like I always do at hotels where I'm not supposed to go. It's a very nice lobby bar. And they've got a giant Christmas tree. If you look to our left about now. Berlin shopping underground in the sparkles. This is the third shopping centre we've been in with a life-size snow globe being created here. Do not drop your phone in the snow globe. Do not drop your phone in the snow globe. There's no question that's very cool. I'm just coming back to the hotel. We've just been out for dinner at Four Sharp, which is very nice. I'm exceedingly full. I would have filmed something in there, except two things. First thing, I left my phone in my coat, which I handed in to the coat person. And secondly, it said on the bottom of the menu, if you take pictures of other guests, you'll be ejected from the restaurant immediately. So there we go. So that didn't happen, luckily. We've just been for a quick round off at the Christmas market just before it closed, and they chucked everyone out. And we're now back at the hotel. Good morning, it's the last day. We've just checked out and we're just wandering around to see what we can see today. So this used to be a Jewish cemetery, and like most things, it was quite largely destroyed. This is the memorial. And then you'll notice all the pebbles put along the wall and everything, which is the sort of traditional remembrance approach. People just pick up a pebble and put it by the side. That is the cathedral in the early morning light. That is Museum Island. They're all museum. And this is a very strange sculpture with some boy feeding an armadillo. There's all the museums, Museum Island, peeking behind the colonnades. And then here we've got Cathedral. And the building side beyond is the City Palace, which is where the old East German Parliament sat. And before that is where there was a palace that they're essentially recreating now. We've just been down to the information centre underneath the memorial here. And now we're weaving our way back. That's where we're heading, back towards the TV Tower to the Christmas market. There's the Adlon, and there's the French Embassy, and the Brandenburg Gate, American Embassy. We're back here in the day. Amazing first, my bottom, cold first, it's excellent. We just went in their church. This is St Marian Church, and we've been past it so many times that we've never been in there. It's a Lutheran church, white walls, very clean, very simple. Anyway, it's quite cold. We've got to go in an hour or two, and we're just doing sort of last minute laps of Christmas markets, making the most of it. We stopped for another hot drink in another hut. This hut's bigger. But other than that, it's the same. Oh, you can see the ice rink as well. Now we're just about done. I'm going to head back, buy a couple of last minute provisions, and then go back to the hotel and get on the train. We're back in the supermarket buying provisions. By provisions, you understand the meal. Leibkuchen, paprika flavoured crisps. This is a fun game, isn't it? Could it be mine? Could it be mine? Could it be mine? No. What about the next one? No. And repeat.